All right, is my audio working? My audio is working. All right, I lost my audio there for a second. How can I make this stay put? All right, so there we go. Looks like that's working fine. So as I was saying, there's a lot of nuance to these things. There's a lot of different moving parts, and I don't know that you can't get away from it for too long. Otherwise, when you come back to it, you're going to be lost. And, I've been working on these things for a couple of years now at this point. And absolutely nobody I know understands why I'm doing this. And they pretty much have all told me that I should give up. And I wish I could give up. I can't. It's a compulsion. Okay, so we're looking in the error log here. Looking in the error log, and what I can see is that it never actually ran. It did not run the Canto food blog. I have no idea why. So for starters, yep, it is called Canto food blog. So that's the name of the file. So that should work. I'm gonna just console, see if there's anything in there that is in any way interesting or useful. Let me see on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, when I pull up the console, it doesn't show on YouTube. That's too bad. I truly have absolutely no idea why that didn't work. Let me check let's check the chat history and see if there's any hints in there. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So what's supposed to happen here is that there's a field in the chat history, and it will attempt to run the file with the name of that field, basically. So which file is it where the line is where they run that file? Let's find out. This is a question that I can ask ChatGPT, but yesterday, even though ChatGPT has access to all of these files directly about these files, sometimes it was giving me correct answers, and sometimes it was giving me just random, just making up. Oh, well, like your files probably are like, and like, why are you saying probably are like this? Don't you have access to the files? And it's like, no, I don't have access to the files. So I have no idea why that's going on. Energy drink is making me sleepy. I think if you, I think like, if you eat sugar, then your body produces insulin, right? So I think something like that happens. Man, this computer is overheating right now. That's crazy. I think something like that happens with caffeine. Where there's like when you ingest it, and then your body has like puts out like the opposite of caffeine. However it processes caffeine, and if you ingest a lot of caffeine on a regular basis, then just like if you eat a lot of sugar on a regular basis, then when you eat a little piece of sugar, your body will be expecting a lot, so it will release a lot of insulin. So same with caffeine. If you typically drink a lot of caffeine, then eventually it gets to the point where when you first start drinking the caffeine, your body's counter response is actually stronger than the effect of the caffeine, and so it makes you sleepy. Okay, so inside of the run bot file, it takes the meta field from chat history and uses it to decide which bot to include. If chat history meta is set to Jade, it will try to include Jade. So so in theory, if the problem was just that the meta field was not correct. So ChatGPT, first of all, ChatGPT gave me a good answer. But it seemed like yesterday was like it would give me a good answer for the first question, and then it would start making things up beyond that. So I'm going to see whether or not manually editing the chat file can fix this problem. I believe this is the wrong chat file. How did I get there? Okay, so chat file has been manually edited, and now I believe it should go directly to the Kanto food blog. So wait. Um, okay. Before I send another message, let's check. Let's check um the chat history and make sure it didn't switch bots on us. Wow. Interesting. That is weird, actually. How did this even happen? Okay, so it did switch bots on us. It switched out of the Kanto food blog. I'm not even sure that that blog post was made by the bot that's specializes in making blogs. So I'm gonna have to check the error log and see why that's happening. Also, somehow it saved the post in the chat history in a way that is completely not